clan, my friends, my family. Not saying blood family, but y'all family. You check out my shit, so you fam. What's going on? I hope y'all doing okay. I know it's been a while. You know, I'm a big advocate for taking care of yourself mentally first, by foremost. Your boy had to take care of some stuff, so you know. But I'm good. You know, time to get back into it. I haven't played NFL in a while, so I figured it'd be a nice, subtle re-entry, you know, before I jump into chaos and whatnot, trying to talk with my fam, you know, or noobs.
Just across the river from downtown Nashville. It's the Titans holding on to the football as we jump into the action in quarter number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. From the gun, Bacon. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taken down and sacked.
I spent a lot of extra time for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss.
His name's Bacon.
They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sack.
4th and 27. Let's see if we can try to straight rush block this.
Think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now you're
and it looked like an intentional kick out.
Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every
I remember when I picked up Mixon.
Too greedy, but let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
Oh!
And off he goes.
The interruption with the block inadvertently caused the tackle to miss.
76 yards. And the Cowboys are able
That
to
works.
show off their quick strike ability.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
I do like Zeke, though. Don't get me wrong. Check out the depth.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though.
We're not in the middle of a play.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the
Just straight down the middle, wouldn't it?
Relax a little bit.
So we can choose side.
It's way too early for panic.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Andrews. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
He barely got control of that before he stepped out.
On the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season
Saw that kick coming.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Still had a fumble caused.
Possession will stay the same. CD, that's the second time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
A run with Henry on first down, but nowhere to go there as he can't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice play.
Remember all the audibles, so give me a minute.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd
Hearing that one. I know there's a rotation of buttons that I used to do.
On the play, first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
There it is.
Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is Henry. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The numbers on the ground.
Derrick Henry ain't scoring.
13 carries, 65 yards.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front and creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to have
that was a good one. That was a good one. I'll give him that one.
20-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. The first red zone opportunity for the Titans. First and 10 right at the 20. Operating from the gun, Bacon, and he'll get this underneath to Henry, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Derrick Henry.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Second and 3 at the Cowboys.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
21-0 our score after 1.
Score Cowboys 21, Titans nothing.
On 3rd and 2, Bacon. That's caught by Howard. And a loose football. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football.
What up, Mike? Yeah.
So some holding over on the left side of the line.
And I know for the guys trying to defensive people,
I made the wrong call.
stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab.
That's cool. That means I can knock him back a little bit further.
Second and goal.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. From the gun, Bacon. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And
4th and goal is going to be come down to a field goal block.
To get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Oh, I hit the wrong button or that would have been blocked.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down
I should hit square in that triangle.
So get 3 points, but
Damn it.
now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
At their own 32-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about focusing on the
shit.
play.
And the tight end steps up here and down he goes.
I couldn't get rid of it before I got sacked.
For the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there.
I hesitated. I was like, I should go through there, but then I hesitated.
Forced out to his left. Wide open, Amari Cooper. The 30. 10.
They are not ready for us.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper.
I was also thinking about running it, but then Cooper was like, later.
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to
Hey, speaking of the real Cowboys, somebody did something for the first time in 45 years of Cowboy football history, which is super cool. That's a good sign. A defensive player, I forgot his name, has snatched an interception in the first 2 official season games for the Cowboys. That hasn't been done in 45 years or something like that. It's been a long time. I think it's 45 years. Like 1967? I think it was. Something like that. Yeah. Like first time in 45 years, Cowboy has done that. That's a good sign, man. You know, despite some of our top players being out with injuries and suspensions, it's a good sign. I think the win this past week, I think that's gonna boost the morale amongst the team and players, because Cowboys did that crucial error during the preseason. They really didn't play the starters too much. They wanted them to be healthy and stuff for the regular season, which I understand. But the preseason is... practice is the time for like the new guys and the veterans to kind of make bridges, get used to playing with each other, you know? I mean, I understand why the Cowboys did that. A lot of people didn't agree with it. But I think after this win, I think it's gonna gonna take things up a notch, or a few. I hope so, because when Dak took over, Dak's rookie year, man, I think he did really well, because the Cowboys still did the same thing. They always started their backups, and you know, because they didn't want their star player at the time, Tony, being injured. Although everybody knows how well that worked out. Just, you know, he got. I think that's their mistake. Dak, granted, he got injured. He needs time to feel out his O-line, you know? so that way he can set up a mental game plan. Because, for instance, this is going to be a perfect analogy, okay? I pull parts for trucks. We work in a huge warehouse. We got a lot of parts. Alright? People do it differently. Like, we got guys who will just go down the list of parts, even if they're in they're called bin locations where the parts are. The sellers can set it up to where they're numerical order, so you could just go down the list. Doesn't always happen like that. Usually it's second floor area, first floor, second, crap like that, right? So, you got your people who will follow the list, the way it goes. Downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, And then you got people who get all the big stuff first, and then they have to bounce back and forth for other parts. They'll bounce back and forth. Now, then there's me. And I'm the only one that does this for some reason. And I pull parts super quick, efficiently, and right. What I do is, if it's upstairs, the filters are closest to the elevator. We have other sections of upstairs that are farther from the elevator. But then most of our bigger, heavier stuff that takes room on our carts are also upstairs. Obviously, you don't want to get a bunch of little parts. Put this big, heavy stuff on top of it. So, I'll take an order, figure out what's upstairs, and then I'll figure out what's in the heavy section, what's in the big section, And that's how I do it. And if I think something's going to be big, I'll go check it out real quick. If it's not that big, I know it's there. I know where it's at. So I can go find the stuff bigger than it before it. And I can just walk by, pull it off the shelf, and keep on moving. And then I get downstairs, hit anything that's not a drawer. Because everything in a drawer is obviously going to be small. It's not going to be too heavy. You can stack it on other things. And they're the most time consuming. Dude. I could pull a $12,000 order in 5 minutes. And that's having to use the forklift and go to our second warehouse where our super big and heavy shit is at, like overhaul kits, which come with cylinder heads and crap for the engine, not just filters, like crap to replace parts of the engine. That's where we keep all that crap, and bumpers. It's fun, man. You'll bust ass. I've lost 50 pounds since I've been there.
Get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Football's the same way, man. Every team has a different way of doing it. It's just a matter of finding the sweet spot. What works for your team. See, coaches don't need to be making decisions. The coaches need to listen to the players, especially the quarterback, and be like, what do you need to do to connect with your team? Because it's the quarterback's team, man. The coach calls plays, yeah. But if the QB sees something up, the QB can change that.
Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
You know what? I'm switching games. I haven't played something in a minute.